Alright, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's your boy Sankuro. We over here to got a little bit about, as you can see over here, the sparking zero trauma brought to us by the boy S. No, shout out to the boy SLOplays. There's a lot of content on Dragon Ball, Xenoverse right now, Sparking Zero, and other anime games. Suggest you check out the boys channel right here. I already sent out to my bell. So what we doing now is reacting on this video that he posted a day ago on the sparking zero trauma that's been going on due to because of the because apparently, right, currently watching the France online qualifiers for the dramatic showdown. It's been more dramatic than anything else. The state of the game is disappointing. December's patch cannot come soon enough. I've seen slash heard a couple things that people have been saying about these few tournaments or whatever that they be doing across the countries, and almost every country that has been qualified for these events and is in these events currently has been dealing with major issues. If it's not playability, it's internet connection of some sorts, and so we're here to check on the rest and see what is up to. Apparently, this is the one in France. It's been majorly spoken about, so let's check it out and see what SoloPlays has to say.
Sparking zero drama.
Oh wait, yeah, all right,
That's
we
right,
good.
guys. We had some controversy, a lot of discussion that was riled up within the community a couple of days ago during the France online qualifiers for the dramatic showdown. As you guys know, in each country that, was accepted into this, they actually had a tournament going on. And when it got to the France online qualifiers, things got a little bit weird. And I saw this clip. Shout out to Greasy Pixel. We're actually posting this on the
Shout
Sparking
out
Zero
to bro as
community
well,
post.
man. Shout out to
I
bro.
was like baffled when I first saw this because I was like, man, this is bringing flashbacks to when I used to watch like Super Smash Bros. Melee tournaments or even like a couple of Ultimate tournaments, and people would be like ledge stalling. They would use these tactics, okay, which these are
Yeah,
legitimate tactics that you can use in the game. These are, things that are in the game.
I mean, like one thing, right? I mean, like when it comes to Sparking Zero these days, in my humble opinion, of course, because I've been playing it on PC and PS5 literally, and mostly when I've been recording videos, I'll only be doing it on the PC these days. So I'm trying to get into more of that, but I see only the same characters doing the same moves at the same time, and nothing else changes. As you can see right now, the fever that it was between this character and number 19 is crazy. Not even talking about SS4 Gogeta, no Jiren or Ultra Instinct, which is enough to have, which each one of those is, it's enough topics to to have a video of their own. But these two in itself, it's crazy because the amount of grabs and slash command grabs that this motherfucker had, plus Android 19. And I remember seeing people having those two in the same team. So basically adding insult to injury, they would be adding Cell second form or first form, which the second one, in my opinion, is the most disgusting, but still, moving on.
That people can do in order to get, a victory, get the W, right? So let's actually watch the clip. If you haven't seen it, okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all had it.
All right,
You've been
just look at
following this.
this.
If you clicked on this video, you probably know of what happened. So this
So apparently, if they're gonna be, so these two are gonna be stalling for time, right? They're not gonna be doing anything basically. Both with 5 skill points, beginning of health, 2 bars a key.
this is
Let's see where this
grand
goes.
finals, right? These are like the
Oh
top
yeah, and
players
this is yeah,
of the
yeah. I
France
forgot. Yeah,
online
yeah. I didn't
qualifiers.
even
Let's
see
watch
this
this.
shit. That's the finals. I bet it's gonna be a whole 30 seconds without them laying a finger on each other, bro. Oh my
They're
god,
fighting.
bro. Look at him. Look at him.
There's no damage being done.
You see what I'm talking about,
It's
man?
just ascension and descending. So ascend and descend.
You know the amount of times that I've seen
Ascension.
people on rank or even on casual for that matter doing precisely this that this brother right here is doing, bro. It's it's so mad to a point where people begin to give up on such an amazing game that an incredible amount of other people have been waiting for years, actual years, to play this game. Not to even get into tournaments, not to win money, not to get into some high, like big show of events. Nigga, just to have fun playing the game, because that's what the game's supposed to be, nigga. To have fun with the ones that you love and everything and all that. But like when you come across
It's just
people
movement.
that be
Like
playing
if they're
like
trying to show off
this,
their crazy tech,
right?
maybe
Like
this is
you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. It's Broly's with fucking command grabs and key blast spams. The fucking Ultra Instincts with with the R2 triangles with the fucking rush attacks that can catch you from the end of the from the other part of the goddamn map. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know it is. It's crazy. But moving on, man.
this is grand finals, and
And yeah, and this being made in the finals, it's extra crazy because the amount of people watching this just makes the game lose a bit more credibility, bro. Because it didn't even take a month for people to start making this game a god damn it, I'm missing the words. Like a valuable game that people will put it in tournaments and leagues of whatever. Like people making this worldwide and not even in a month, and people have already made this game as disgusting as it is. I don't blame the game, I blame its players. I might have my wrong ends and whatnot with one or two more grabs than necessary, but please, fellas, please,
you're
I
like
don't be doing this. I
splash. Like,
do
oh,
not be doing
we just
this.
showing off
I don't be
our
doing
nice
this. I might get back to get off an explosion, but I'm not gonna be doing this for shits and giggles. Especially when I'm in a tournament and it's the damn finals. Alright?
you know controller. This is like the button check before you actually play, right?
And brothers over here
So
changing to
obviously
19 to
at first
Dr.
glance
Giro.
you're like, what the fuck is this,
I
bro?
see
Like
this
what?
dude in
This is grand
these two
finals,
minutes
and
change from
again, this
Dr.
wasn't no
Giro
button check or anything. This was
to
actually like
Android
this was
19
gameplay. This
more
was
than three times already,
they were
bro.
trying to
More
win,
than
right?
three
And
times
they were
already, bro.
using Androids, okay? Android 19, Android 20, aka Giro. So let's actually see what is this, okay? Because when I first saw this, like,
Yeah, what does flying up and down do? It can basically flying up and down. It just basically just prevents you from getting dragon dashed. Depending on the attacks that the opponent is giving you, like an up and down dash can help you dodge. Yeah, ascending. Yeah. Dragon dashes or lock on. Essentially, your opponent cannot attack you. Yeah, it basically can. And as I've said it to myself a long time ago when I started playing Sparking Zero is a game of timing. A lot of timing. It's a lot of timing. It was back then with Budokai Tenkaichi games, and it's still that now, but to such a degree that people cannot stand. And I repeat, people cannot stand being touched in this game so much they will indeed resort to this
again,
kind of debauchery.
I
You
should have
catch my
clarified this.
drift.
I do not play, at a, I guess, if you even consider a competitive level. Like, I don't play, I'm a very casual player. Like, a very casual player on this.
I'm admit I'm a casual player too, even though I have my seriousness with the game because the game is good. I gotta admit, we all gotta admit the game is good. I do have a little bit of a competitive side in my case, but you still won't see that until it's the right time. So moving on.
Game. Like, the most I'll do, PvP with a couple of the homies. That's it. That's all I get into, okay? I don't know all that crazy shit. Oh, all this tech and all that. I don't know about that. So,
Yeah,
what the hell are they doing? I had to look,
because that's also one of the reasons why I don't want to like. There's like literally 2 to 3 reasons why I don't upload PvPs on Sparking Zero. Mainly because of the players, and also because if I get too serious, I might end it up kind of ruining the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to make things right. You get my drift? If I'm gonna be uploading a Sparking Zero video, I want to make sure that I'm winning and losing, not just winning and not just losing, just so that we know that we are not over here like making a tomfoolery out of everybody. If you catch my drift, of course.
see what was going on in terms of the responses. Genuinely, I can't speak. What does flying do whenever you're flying up and down? Ascending and descending will not allow your opponent to drag and dash to you or lock
Precisely
on.
as I
Essentially,
said.
your
Yeah.
opponent cannot attack you.
That's literally it. That's literally it. That's
Like
literally it.
running away. That's the meta.
Yeah.
That's the Sparking Zero meta right now. Okay,
Uh huh.
that's how you should be playing if you want to win, right? I'm joking. Okay. Um yeah, so
Wait, wait,
a
wait,
lot of
wait,
the
wait, wait. I
responses, yeah.
saw. I saw. You said what?
Um,
It's not that hard to counter at all. Just use a super that has tracking, beam, or destructo disc. So in that case, everybody got to use Krillin up in this. Because Krillin got the destructo disc, that's true, and that key blast attack that he throws to you, then it goes up or down and then explodes into a whole bunch of key blasts that track onto you. That's one thing. You can also, if I'm not mistaken, you can also use Frieza's death discs or whatever, death slicer, I think it's what's called. Because those track front and back. If you get me, like just use, yeah.
yeah, so
I've won a ton. Well, but off of Frieza's that attack alone specifically. You get my shit. Couldn't like land an ultimate or a grab or whatever. I just threw those, occupied him with a couple key blasts, and then bada bing, bada boom. The discs did what the hell they were supposed to do. You get?
a lot of responses. Yeah, this is insane. I've been told, okay, check this out. Look, I saw this response. I've been told that this was done intentionally to draw the developer's attention to the game's problems.
That is one hell of a way to draw the developers' attentions, bro. To make the game so unbearable to other players that the freaking developers have to be involved in this because they're so oblivious to their own mistakes, right? Jesus Christ.
Bro, that's like some like 15, 30 steps ahead of the game. If that was truly intentional, like my mind is fucking blown, bro. Like
I doubt it's intentional, man. I so much doubt it's intentional, bro. So many people doing this, bro. Like so many people doing this. You could have like, written a message, like, bro. I've seen so like I even oh gosh,
hey,
it's my hair
shout
hurt
outs to the players, right? That were doing that. Okay, if
in a
that was
sense.
truly the intention in that France tournament, then they are looking out for the
It's still
community, right?
disgusting as
And
hell,
again,
man.
at
Because
the
you
end of the
cannot
day, this
play,
is a
man.
tournament,
The
so
intent of the game
they're
is
gonna
to be
do
played,
any
man.
means necessary to get the victory.
It's like you're literally. It's like how can I explain this? It's like you're going into a boxing match, right? You go into a boxing match. You get into the ring. You got your gloves on. You got your mouth guard and everything. You're ready to throw them hands, and then your opponent just decides to lay down on the ground. What are you gonna do? You can't ground pound this man because that's against the rules. You can't go up to him and kick him because that's against the rules. You can't do nothing. And over here, it's the same predicament because you're going up and down. I can't do nothing, especially if I ain't got no characters. They ain't got no attacks that can track you. If I ain't got no attacks that can track you, then what am I supposed to do? Plus, if we over here with the same amount of life, let's imagine that we have the same amount of life in this situation. If these matches have time limits, ain't nobody winning or losing. Everybody's just gonna be wasting their own time out of their own freaking volition. Now, let me ask you fellas, is this how you want to be spending your time on Sparking Zero? Is this what you have waited more than 5 to 6 years waiting for so that like you can spend like I don't know 80 euros, $100, whatever the hell reals just to play this game? Is this what you all been waiting for, guys? Like I have no idea what's going through y'all's heads right now, but still,
As lame as this shit is, again,
truly,
I don't follow a lot of games competitively, especially with like fighting games and all
me
that.
neither too.
But
Me
whenever I
neither.
see somebody, for example, like when I used to follow, or I still do follow, like Melee, for example, Smash Bros. Melee. When I see somebody like ledge stalling, like they're using Jigglypuff and they're constantly going to the ledge and getting like
Yeah, because like this is the first time I'm actually like giving an intake in a fighting game like of this caliber as well. Because I only started getting into this very recently, simply because it's Sparking Zero, and I have a love for Dragon Ball and anime in general. I have another uh, I have other two videos of me playing Yu-Gi-Oh. We might get into that a couple days later, but still, it's weird, man. It's weird because we've been waiting for this game for so long, man. And to see people, I don't say disrespect, but like, man, just being so negligent of how things are supposed to be and just want to do everything in their way. The mods and everything, that's one thing, yeah, that's one thing. But like to see how much you have in your hands and then to abuse that, you know what I'm saying? Especially when other people have the same thing and decide to respect that and basically kind of see the other ones as weak ones, because they decide to respect the metas, respect the rules of the game, and do not bend anything to their will. While this other side of players, well, yeah, with this other side of players, decides to literally just deconstruct the whole idea of what this game is supposed to be, which is fun. And when I bought this game with my hard work and money, I decided to myself that I was gonna spend this time playing to have fun and nothing else.
the invincibility frames and hopping off, hopping back on. It's a very similar aspect, and you do that to either get like a timeout or to just annoy the player to the point
Basically,
where it's like more of it becomes like
it's literally just to annoy the other dude. Cause like, what are you gonna do, man? Because if you're in this situation right here, right in screen, that you're in both with matching health, what is the point of you doing this? Because you're not attacking, you're not it's okay. Okay, yeah, I understand. You're not receiving damage, but at the same time, you're not dealing damage, and time goes on. Time goes on. You're literally wasting your time, your opponent's time, the time of the creators of this whole event, and you're wasting the time of everybody that's watching set events. Literally, because we're supposed to be having like clashes, people like making key blast clashes, like melee clashes and everything else, and like seeing things like this happen in an actual tournament. Well, where millions or I don't know, thousands or millions of people are watching, it's just degrading in my eyes, bro. It's just degrading because this is what will make this game get like lose so much credibility that it's gonna be very sad to watch, man. Very sad to watch.
a mental game, right? And I don't know if that's truly the intention of this. It could have been what they were talking about, the Dragon Dash thing. But the mental game is also a contributing factor into this as well, because you're constantly seeing that you're just getting mentally drained from watching that. And as a
But that's why you gotta be stronger. And that's why you gotta like have patience and all that. But like one thing here is when a brother is doing multiple dragon dashes throughout the game. Yeah, I've managed a way to like kind of counter that already because I kind of already know how brother is gonna act after he completes the Dragon Dash, and I'm not gonna get into much into that because I don't want to be giving my secrets and all that, but still, man, if you know how one player is going to act, work through that pattern, and do the contrary of what he's about to do. But if one is doing something like this when literally no party is benefiting, not even the party that's using certain tactic, then what's the point of using set tactic? You get my drift. Nobody is contributing for this. Nobody is receiving anything. So
Person like me or like a commentator, okay, somebody on the outside of this that's not playing the game, to you it's a very lame thing to watch. Obviously,
truly,
the player that's playing that person, the opponent, they don't want to deal with that shit, but they're both doing it, okay? So there's something here that's
yeah, because if they're both doing it, it comes to a point where one just sees the other doing this, right? And I'm saying like, look, if you're not gonna stop, then I might as well just do the same thing that you're doing until one of us gives up. Dudes are just gonna be so focused doing that one movement. The moment that they see something different, they will change their whole strategy completely. But then when everything goes wrong in a millisecond, they go back to doing the FS that they were doing again.
being done
Crazy.
for the W, right? At the end of the day, that's
And
what they
I've
want.
seen this
So
happen
check
multiple
this out. Shout
times
outs to
actually.
Silver Rye
The
here.
competitors
Amazing
just
competitive game. The
yeah,
commentators
yeah,
just gave
yeah. You see what I'm
everything.
talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Amazing competitive game. The commentators just gave up on commentating after this, bro. You're literally just wasting everyone's time while doing something like this, especially when you're in the grand finals, bro. It's literally a waste of time and energy on everyone's part, bro, especially yours.
After this, and I don't blame them. Okay, I don't blame them at all. Like, listen,
That's disgusting, bro.
it's just the gameplay at this point. Like,
See that, bro? Cause literally, dude did the attack. He dodged to the left. Instead of going down, he could have dragon dashed this nigga. Did something, do his usual Android 19 bullshit or whatever, and keep on dealing damage. But no, dude, what he decides to go on, he decides to go down,
it's just the
left,
gameplay at this
down,
point.
up,
Like, it's just them doing
and
their
we go
bullshit.
down again. You see what I'm talking about, bro? At
So,
this
like, I
point,
wouldn't
it's
give them
very
to because there's nothing to
predictable of
say
what
about
the
it.
other
What can you
dude's gonna
say?
be
Like, you
doing,
might as well
man.
just walk off stream and go do some other shit, right? There's no point in commentating this because they're just doing the
Precisely.
same thing over and over again. And it's
Precisely,
not even
precisely.
like productive. Like, it's just, are you trying to, like, you're basically gonna get a timeout at this point, right? So shout out to Tyrant because this person,
Optimal play
they
is
have been in the community
crazy.
for a long time in terms of Dragon Ball Fighters. They generally do commentary, and they were one of the commentators for this match. Okay, so I'd like to watch the video, hear what he has to say. I'll give you some commentary over each of the talking points, just
And of course, we're gonna be giving some commentary as well.
my own kind of.
Please don't forget to like and or subscribe. Well, like and subscribe would be the ideal, but I ain't obligating nobody to do anything they didn't want to, so we're good.
Perspective on things and what I think about this. And again, at the end of the day, I'm not a competitive player or like
Hmm.
somebody who's like super like knowledgeable on the tech of this game or anything. I'm just giving my opinion as a fan of this game, somebody that wants to see this game do very well.
Precisely,
Okay,
precisely,
so I
precisely.
want to hear the truth. Okay, because it's literally titled "The Truth Behind Sparking Zero France Finals" because he kind of chimes in on what Globku posted. Globku posted a whole thread.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
him. He kind of went over like some crazy stuff, I
We,
guess, that was
we
going
might
on in
react
the
to video on
background.
Globco as
But
well.
let's hear what he
We
has to
might,
say.
we might.
And yeah, look at that. He's got the iconic Kefla figure. Let's go.
No, it's not the game's fault. How is it the game's fault? The developers probably didn't even know about this. Yesterday, the showdown
Okay.
qualifier for France, the Sparking Zero, concluded in a very unusual manner. So if you watch the rest of the tournament, you might have noticed that the level was very high. God, yo, consistency. Oh, right back. Oh.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
standard stuff. This is actual gameplay right here.
Yeah, that's good.
This is how
That's
the players
actually
play.
good.
So you judge for yourself. So this is
Shiryu.
and
Wait, is this PC or PS5? I
Okay,
don't
so
even know.
Shiryu and Hiliester, these are the two.
Because I would actually like to know if
Doing
this is
this.
PC or
So to start
PS5
the
though.
match,
Yeah, this is mirroring. Literally just mirroring, bro.
this is
Ain't
Sparking,
nothing
so
else.
This isn't no hits.
Nothing else, bro.
That's it, bro. There, I saw one hit. There was
Yeah, a
one
one
that went
hit.
through.
One hit in 30 seconds. When in a normal game of Sparking Zero, 30 seconds, two lives would have already been lost, either in both parties or in one party. He did a quarter of a life bar in 30 seconds. That is mad. That is absolutely mad,
Same
bro.
time, are they really doing anything wrong? No. As stupid as it looks,
Yeah,
actually an optimal way to play the game. What seemingly looks like the players colluding or trying to prove a point, it looks like that upon immediate inspection. But
because if they're actually, if and only if these are actually trying to like like, how can I say this? If those two players are actually like giving a warning out to the developers, and actually saying, "Hey, fix the game," you know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing, yeah. I'm like, yeah, do what you got to do as long as, don't as long as it doesn't contribute to any malicious intents or whatever towards the game and its developers and whatnot. All good. But if we're having actual people do these types of things just because, then this game's gonna lose everything that it was accounted for. Everything. Everything, everything.
it's also the optimal way to play the game, which is crazy, right?
Now, okay, I don't know if that's actually the optimal way of playing the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've seen matches, I've seen people play this game, and they're actually playing the fucking game. So, even if that is the case, right? Like, okay, at the end, like I said, at the end of the day, they're trying to get the win. So if that is truly the optimal play with, with the, I guess, again, I don't want to say competitive because this game wasn't supposed to be a competitive game, but when you're making a tournament, okay, it is a competition. This is when it becomes a competition. So
But as he says, this wasn't supposed to be competitive. It was the people that made it this way. Gosh, I am so fucked. Oh my gosh. You see the point that I'm trying to make here. Such a beautiful game, a beautifully well crafted, very well made game. The people just decided to turn it into shit. Goodness gracious, I am mad.
if that's the way, the optimal play of winning, okay, of trying to get the W, then yeah, unfortunately, like what do you do about that? Again, it's extremely lame, right? And he said at the beginning, like, it's not the developer's fault. And I don't necessarily agree with that just because, I mean, okay, how long has this game been in development? What, they said like 5 years, 5+ years, we'll go with that, right? They obviously had a lot of time to, work this stuff out. Again, I bring this up all the time, but having a beta, having at least a closed beta and then an open beta before the game launched, it would have helped. Even by a little bit,
True.
it would have helped because, eventually people would have found this stuff out, right? But at the same time, right, this game has over like 180 plus characters, right? And it's gonna take some time to figure out, like, for people
Hmm.
to like find these exploits in the gameplay, right? Like I feel like
And don't forget, Xenoverse 2 is still banging with updates and whatnots, bro. It's still banging. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still not everybody that plays Sparking Zero because not everybody's gonna have the money. And if it's not Xenoverse 2, it's Fighters, bro. Dragon Ball Fighters is still packing up a lot of heat. But then there's Xenoverse 2 because that game, bro, that game it's still up and running, bro. Still up and running.
any fighting game that has released, right? There's always going to be things that people will eventually find that's some type of like cheese or
Broken
again an
or
exploit within the game
yeah,
that people
basically.
can abuse, which
But
in a sense
see what I'm
this is
talking about?
abusing this tactic. Okay,
You see what I told you before, man. People see something beautiful, something strong, whatever. They decide to grab it and abuse it. You get my drift. But then you got the other side of players that see this, they respect the craft and the meta, and they're like, all right,